Tonight, let this gentle tale fill you with warmth and rest. The Bond of Angelonia and Snowdrop. This story is about Angelonia, a human girl, and Snowdrop, a mermaid, who forge a deep bond through their shared curiosity and adventure, leading to a strong friendship that helps them weather a great storm together. Once upon a time, in a quaint seaside village called Lemora, there lived a curious young girl named Angelonia. She had long, flowing hair the color of midnight and eyes that sparkled like the stars. Angelonia's favorite place was the beach, where she would spend hours collecting seashells and dreaming of the mysteries of the deep ocean. One serene evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Angelonia noticed something glimmering in the shallow waters. As she approached, she saw a mermaid with pearly white skin and sapphire blue eyes looking back at her. The mermaid's name was Snowdrop, and she was as curious about humans as Angelonia was about mermaids. Over time, they exchanged stories and grew to understand each other's worlds. Angelonia showed Snowdrop the wonders of the human world, like the warmth of the sun and the joy of fresh fruits, while Snowdrop shared tales of the ocean's vast beauty and enchanting secrets. They forged a bond through their shared curiosity and sense of adventure, each learning and growing from the other's experiences. One day, a tremendous storm swept across Lemora, and the village was in peril. Snowdrop, sensing her friend's distress, called upon the magical creatures of the sea to help calm the waters and protect the village. Together, the villagers and the sea creatures worked to save Lemora from the storm's fury. When the skies cleared, Angelonia and Snowdrop felt their bond deepen, knowing that they would always be there for each other, no matter the challenges they faced. They continued their friendship, their hearts forever intertwined by the bond they had forged. And so, the tale of Angelonia and Snowdrop became a cherished legend, a reminder of the power of friendship and the beauty of forging bonds. Another gentle tale is ready to be shared. Hera and Violet, a tale of unity. This story is about Kara and her goldfish, Violet, whose bond brings unity to their neighborhood. In the quiet town of Evergreen, there lived a little girl named Kara. She had golden curls that danced like sunbeams and bright blue eyes that sparkled with curiosity. One day, while visiting the local market, Kara's attention was captured by a small bowl of water. Inside it swam the most radiant goldfish she had ever seen. Captivated by its glimmering scales, she asked her parents if she could take the fish home. Both of her smiled, and her father nodded. They agreed it was the perfect gift, for they had just moved to Evergreen and believed the fish would bring a sense of comfort to their new home. Kala named the goldfish Violet, enchanted by the slight hue it bore when the sunlight kissed its scales. She placed Violet's bowl by her window, so that it could enjoy the golden rays. Every morning they greeted each other, Ela with a gentle tap on the glass, and Violet with an elegant flip of its fins. As days turned into weeks, Kala and Violet became inseparable. One warm afternoon, while reading under the big oak tree in their garden, Kala saw a shadow pass over Violet's bowl. Looking up, she saw a group of children from the neighborhood. They had always ignored Kala, viewing her as an outsider. But today, they were curious about the vibrant goldfish gleaming under the sun. Kala took a deep breath and invited them to come closer. She shared stories about Violet, describing how it seemed to understand her every emotion. Tentatively, the other children listened, and soon they were gathered around, mesmerized by the little fish. Over time, Kala's genuine love for Violet bridged the gap between her and the neighborhood children. They took turns caring for Violet, and laughter often echoed through the garden. The goldfish became a symbol of unity, a silent reminder that sometimes the smallest creatures can bring the biggest changes. One evening, a huge storm approached Evergreen. A wind howled, rain poured, and the sky rumbled angrily. Tara rushed to bring Violet inside, knowing the tiny creature would be frightened by the storm. Trembling hands, she placed the bowl safely on her bedside table. That night, as she drifted off to sleep, she whispered to Violet, ensuring her that they would always look out for each other, no matter what. The storm eventually passed. The next morning, the sun peeked through the clouds, casting a warm glow over Evergreen. Tara awoke to find Violet swimming calmly, its scales shimmering even brighter after the rain. She smiled, realizing that through love and unity, she had found a family in her little goldfish and newfound friends. Life in Evergreen continued, but now it was filled with the sound of shared joy and enduring friendships. Wakala and Violet's bond taught the entire town that unity comes from the heart, and that sometimes all it takes is a small gesture to bring everyone together. Let's journey on with another heartwarming story. Iris and Gloxinia, a tale of guiding lights. This story is about the enduring companionship and mutual guidance between Iris and her golden retriever, Gloxinia, as they navigate life's challenges together. Iris lived in a small, quaint village surrounded by rolling hills and sparkling streams. She had always felt a penchant for helping those around her, whether it was children needing guidance in their studies or elderly neighbors requiring assistance with their daily chores. Gloxinia, a golden retriever with a heart as warm as the sun, had been Iris's faithful companion since she was a child. Every evening, as the sun dipped beneath the horizon, Iris and Gloxinia set out on their daily walk. The path wound through lush meadows and dense woods illuminated by the soft glow of fireflies that appeared like scattered stars. One clear evening, the duo embarked on their customary walk, with Gloxinia leading the way. Iris knew that although it seemed like she was guiding Gloxinia, it was often the other way around. The dog would always sense the best routes or notice subtle changes in the weather. On this particular night, as they journeyed deeper into the forest, Iris noticed a slight unease in Gloxinia's gear. She trusted her companion's instincts and followed closely. They came upon a small clearing, and there, lying on the ground, was an injured fox. Her heart melted at the sight of the tiny creature, whose delicate eyes blinked with fear and pain. Gloxinia approached the fawn gently, wagging his tail and emitting a low, soothing whine. Iris knelt down and assessed the fawn's injury, realizing that the poor animal had a sprained leg. She carefully wrapped it using a scarf she always carried and held the fawn close to provide warmth. Gloxinia lay down beside them, his body acting as both a pillow and a barrier against the evening chill. As they waited for dawn, Iris whispered soothing words, and Gloxinia snuggled closer. In the stillness of the night, she looked up at the stars, feeling a deep sense of gratitude for the guidance she found in Gloxinia. With the first light of morning, they carefully carried the fawn to the village inn, who assured Iris that the animal would make a full recovery. And these filled Iris with joy, a reminder of the quiet strength and wisdom that her beloved Gloxinia had brought into her life. As the days passed, the fawn became a symbol of renewed hope and trust, carrying on with the grace that Iris had nurtured through her and Gloxinia's immense compassion. In every step they took together thereafter, Iris knew that they would face any challenge, guided not just by her intuition, but by the unwavering light of Gloxinia's spirit. Here, on ends another comforting story for you. Buttercup and Daisy, a tale of friendship. This story is about Buttercup, a kind human, and Daisy, a lost firefly, who find comfort and friendship with each other's help. Once upon a time, in a peaceful meadow where flowers danced in the gentle breeze and the sky was painted in hues of orange and pink, lives a kind-hearted human named Buttercup. Buttercup loved to explore the meadows and forests around her home, always eager to discover new places and make new friends. One warm summer evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the world was bathed in twilight, Buttercup stumbled upon something extraordinary. There, among the soft grass and blooming flowers, was a tiny firefly named Daisy. Daisy's wings sparkled like tiny stars, and her little light glimmered brightly against the dusty sky. She seemed to be lost and confused, fluttering in circles and casting an enchanting glow around her. Buttercup knelt, camped down, and gently cupped her hands to create a safe haven for Daisy. "Hello there," she whispered softly. "Are you all right?" Daisy looked up with wide glowing eyes, her tiny wings resting for a moment. "You've lost my way," she replied weakly, her light flickering. Buttercup's heart went out to the little firefly. "Don't worry," she said with a warm smile. "It'll help you find your way back home." With Daisy nestled safely in her palms, Buttercup stood up and began the journey back through the flower-filled meadows. As they walked, Buttercup and Daisy shared stories of their lives. Buttercup thought of the many adventures she had, the beautiful sights she had seen, and the wonderful creatures she had met. Daisy in turn spoke about the magical nights she experienced, lighting up the skies and playing with her fellow fireflies. They laughed and marveled at each other's tales, the bond of friendship growing stronger with every step. Soon, they reached the edge of the woods, where Daisy's family resided. The woods were alive with the soft hum of fireflies, their lights creating a mesmerizing dance among the trees. Daisy's light grew brighter as she recognized her home, and she turned to Buttercup with gratitude shining in her eyes. "Thank you, Buttercup," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "You've brought me back to where I belong." Buttercup smiled warmly. "Friends help each other," she replied simply. They embraced one last time, and Daisy fluttered off to join her family, her light merging with the others in a beautiful symphony of sparkling hues. Buttercup stood at the edge of the woods, watching the magical display, a sense of contentment filling her heart. She knew that true friendship was one of life's greatest treasures. From that day on, Buttercup and Daisy remained the best of friends. Daisy would visit Buttercup every evening, her light guiding her through the twilight. They continued to share their stories and experiences, their laughter echoing through the meadow. And so, under the ever-changing sky, Buttercup and Daisy's bond of friendship grew ever stronger, a testament to the magic of kindness and the beauty of true companionship. Let tonight's story be a guide to restful sleep.